Hello there guys and welcome to my first race here in Hydra Racing League. Yes, I'm in another racing league and well, despite being my race debut, it isn't the first race. Unfortunately I couldn't participate the season opener because I was outside my house, but well, it's round number 2, Spain, and well, we're there now. And well, I just grabbed my setup, chose my balanced set of tire location, and here we begin for qualifying session for my first one here in this league. And well, I was expecting a few high hopes because I've known some drivers in this league and they are about like the same level as myself, so I have very high expectations. I may aim for the race win, but well, let's just see in the qualifying and let's see if we can aim for the win or not. But we're on our out lap, and well, what I was telling is that well, I was just grabbing my dry setup, the time trial setup, which I usually do. That having was since like F1 2021, and I'm just heating up the tires because it's a little bit harder, and still I wanted to heat up properly the tires in order to make a proper flying lap. But well, we are about to begin our first flying lap of this league that I'm racing, and well, Spain, they just got rid of those chicane, and well, those are now two flat out corners. Well, the last one, it isn't much of a flat out. And well, we just began our first flying lap. And heading into turn 1, we're just doing a little bit decently. Unfortunately, I didn't touch the apex, so it's just a time loss. Then into turn 3, with the Neo cars are way faster, which means that it is going to be flat out, very easy. Into turn 4, well, I have been practicing this circuit before, so I'm having much of my practice being used there. Unfortunately, into turn 5, I didn't make that corner very good, and into turn 7 and 8, it was very good. Now into turn 9, it was flat out, very easy. Now with those new cars, and F122, it wasn't easy. Maybe you couldn't even do this flat out in order to go fast. If you could flat out, well, you needed to just steer way more, but it would lose much speed and lose time. Now into those last 2 corners that are now fast. We did this a little bit decently, and we just set the lap time of 1:12.122, which puts us into provisional pole position. That's just pretty good for us, and those expectations of aiming for the race win are still getting that high. Well, let's just enter the garage and let's just wait and then just go for another flying lap, and in this time with scrap sets of soft tires. In other words, these sets of tires, because you know, with the balanced set of tire location, we have just three soft tires, and in qualifying I'm just going to use 2 of them, and I'm going to save the last one for the race. So well, let's head into our second flying lap. And on my second flying lap, well, I was exiting from turn 9, and we're seeing that we're improving by 1.5 tenths despite having scrap set of tires. And into turn 12, I think so. Unfortunately, we just got a time loss. I didn't nail the exit, and to make things worse, into turn 13 and 14, there weren't much gains, and we just set the lap time roughly 1 tenth faster. And before I set that lap, I dropped down to 3rd position because 2 other drivers, well, obviously in relation to the sentence I said earlier, set a faster lap time than me. That's just saying the words that I dropped down to 3rd, and well, after I set my lap time, I got up to 2nd position. But let's see how many places will I drop out, but hope I don't drop any. So Well, we are about to begin our final flying lap, and into the last corner. It wasn't a great corner exit to begin our final flying lap, but still, we are on our new set of soft tires, and hope we can make this lap a better one. And into turn 1, we just did the corner greatly. Turn 2, it was committably flat out. We are now improving by 0.2 of a second. And into turn 4, we just braked, and unfortunately we just dropped, and we are now improving by a 1/10. And into turn 5, to make things worse, we just bleed some time, and into turn 7, we're seeing that we are dropping 0.6 of a second, now half a 10th. Well, 0.6, no, I wasn't meaning 0.6, I was meaning 600. And into turn 10, unfortunately I just went wide, and exiting the corner I just spun, and yeah, you can imagine what I have done with that lap. And well, I have ruined that lap. If you haven't known what have I done somehow, but yeah, I have ruined my lap time. And well, at least we maintained 3rd place, but to be honest, we were roughly improving, so yeah, I think ending that lap time we could just maintain 3rd place and not go up into the front row. But yeah, that's qualifying over for us, and well, we're just waiting for the other drivers to end up their qualifying. We're just waiting Raptor to end his qualifying section, and into the penultimate corner he's just gone into the chicane zone. And well, what is he doing? Okay, he's just wasting time. Yeah, as you can see in the yeah, as you can see the race results. I was going to say the left screen, at the left you're going to see the qualifying results. They're now about to not shown, and well, qualifying has ended. Yeah, I just forgot what I was going to say, but yeah, I hope you could see that qualifying result, because this time it will just only show the top 14, and I think there were more than 14 drivers, so skip like 30 seconds, go 30 seconds back, I mean, or maybe 40, and you can see in the qualifying results. Meanwhile, let's get into the pre-race strategy. So here is the pre-race strategy. It's going to be a soft medium. It seems kinda odd, but I don't know, I think it is my thoughts, because yeah, I was pretty used of the medium hard strategy back in F122. And well, we're just setting the fuel load down to 53 kilograms, and one weird thing we're seeing is that it's somehow moving the time without doing any changes. Then I proceeded to move now to 52.5 kilograms. Unfortunately, there's no formation lap, so we get straight into the race with the 5 red lights being turned on for my race debut, and we are underway for Hydra Racing League round number 2. It was a decent start for us, and Guerrero didn't have a good start. And into turn 1, I just started to back up a little bit, and unfortunately Guerrero was taking advantage into that gap. We overtook him into turn 3, and into turn 4 he is approaching to overtake me. I gone wide, and well, unfortunately he overtook me. I want to see the Guerrero and Raptor have gone making contact, and well, they have gone wide. And well, I decided to just stick behind Guerrero, because I'm planning that on lap 3 because the DRS is enabled on that lap, I was going to still stick behind him in order to have DRS in the main straight into lap 4 and overtake him into the main straight for the race lead. So we are on lap 3. I set the fastest lap, and well, Darking now sets the fastest lap. DRS is now enabled, and to be honest, I'm very near from Guerrero, way closer than I expected, and I'm overtaking him into the inside, into turn 3, and I'm now leading the race, but I decided to back off a little bit, and I decided to properly overtake him in the main straight, as I said earlier. And we're doing the battle for the lead of the race, and into turn 5 we're doing some clean fight, and well, heading into turn 7, I decided to not give him fight, and after turn 9 we have DRS, and I'm not going to overtake him until the main straight, and despite having chances in this corner, I decided to just back out. And now into turn 11 and 12, it's just only to stay behind him and hope we are less than a second behind him in order to get DRS and into the former chicane. We're doing very well, and DRS is now available for us, and we're going to deploy all of our ERS lap 4, and we are going to do the thing we have said lap 1, and we've done it. We are now officially leading the race. Our expectations of winning the race is going high. And on my race debut, that's just pretty good. And the only thing we have to do is maintain the race lead and hope we don't follow it up, and well, hope nobody is faster than me, although Darking is trying to overtake me, and despite being 0.7 seconds behind me, he's going to have DRS still, and he's trying to overtake me. So it's going to be a hard way to win the race, because I know him, and he's really fast, faster than me, and he's my THR teammate as well, so I need to give him more respect. And well, we're heading into the former chicane, into turn 13 and 14, and we're ending lap 4. Unfortunately, I'm being in danger to lose the lead of the race, and also I need to lift and coast because I have a negative amount of laps of fuel remaining, and unfortunately I just lost the lead of the race. Darking is just too fast for me, and I hope I can overtake him to get the DRS. And well, he's drained all his ERS. Darking has drained all his ERS because his red lights are blinking and blinking. This means that his ERS is less than 15% or less than 10%, I don't know, but he has low ERS. Now he isn't blinking, so he has recharged a little bit of his ERS, so good work for him. Meanwhile, we're trying to re-overtake him. Unfortunately, I just went wide into turn 9, and we're seeing that into turn 9 there's a Ferrari that has been retired from the race, and that meant that the virtual safety car has been deployed, and now the safety car is now deployed. It has turned from a virtual safety car to a full safety car, so we're gonna box for hard tires, and well, we're going to maintain that hard tires until the end of the race. So I don't think much of them will box, but Tarkin and myself are going to box, and he sped in the pit lane, so he got a 5-second time penalty. So if others box, that means that I'm now leading the race. Alright, so nothing happened during the safety car, so we just kept all the way to the end of it, and well, we just heated up our tires, and we just got to the bunched up field. We just dropped down to 6th position, which is not to worry about it because the drivers in front of me haven't boxed yet, so the safety car is about to end. Unfortunately, the tires aren't at the optimal temperature, although they have now returned back to it, and well, we're beginning the racing once again. Lap 8, and we're seeing the third fight before turn 1 between Joshua Hernandez and I don't know who was that other driver, but there was fight into the straight, and Ducking is joining the fight as well, and into turn 4 we're seeing that there's three-way fight for third place, and we're seeing that they have just made contact and they have just gone into the wall, and we are all the way up into third place, and the safety car has been deployed once again, the second safety car, and we haven't even reached the second fourth of the race. Or what I mean is that we are at the end of the first quarter, and still we are now having two safety cars. Hope this is the last safety car we are having in this race, because if there are more, I don't know what's going to happen, and this is going to be a joke, but hope it doesn't happen. But still, we're gonna stay out, of course, and well, we're just going to maintain that position and hope there are no incidents during the safety car. Now, a few corners later, we are catching the safety car, and we're seeing that two drivers that are in front of me, they have stopped, and unfortunately I didn't stop on time, and we're seeing that, well, it's what the hell, oh no, what is going on? What, I don't know what happened. Let's just take a replay, because it happened a lot of things in a small fraction of time. Alright, so here is the replay in slow motion. We're seeing that the two drivers that were in front of me stopped too violently. I couldn't stop in time, and I overtook Guerrero, and he overtook me, and unfortunately the game just decided that Guerrero's overtake for myself was illegal, and we were too slow down, and Mercedes just rear-ended me, and he spun all the way into runoff area, and I just reset the car, and I just dropped all the way to 9th place. So yeah, those two drivers that stopped in front of me made me drop all the way down to 9th place. Yeah, that wasn't a good thing, and well, at least I can make a comeback. But well, the safety car is now ending in this lap 10. So unfortunately we haven't heated up our tires yet, but they're at 87%, so it's a little bit weird, and sometimes at 87 degrees it is at an optimal temperature, and sometimes it isn't, but it is now returning to the optimal temperature, and we are about to end this safety car and return to race. Now lap 11, someone has boxed, and we are all the way up into 7th place, and into turn 1 we're seeing that someone has gone wide, and it is Oscar Guerrero's teammate that he's gone wide. I overtook Garleon, and Oscar is about to be overtaken by myself, but I decided to just wait until this main straight of at the end of this lap, and into turn 5 we're seeing that another safety car has been deployed. I cannot believe it, that we are having the third safety car, and we are about to end the first third of the race. We are already on the second quarter of the race, but still we have now reached the third safety car. Oh man. Well, I hope there are no more safety cars after this, because it's just going to be a joke of a race. And well, to be honest, it is becoming more of a joke of a race, because there are now 3 safety cars, and we are still yet to end the first third of the race, and still we're just going to stay out. And we're seeing that Night Price has a 5-second time penalty, so this means that we are technically in the top 5 now to top 4, because Raptor has gone into the pits, and Night Price is less than 5 seconds ahead of me, so that means that his penalty will affect him, and he'll lose many places and we'll get up into 4th place, but the only thing we are about to do is just heat up the tires and let's just catch the safety car in a clean manner, because we don't want to make another thing like it happened in the second safety car. But fortunately it was a clean one, but yeah, it was a pilot stop, but fortunately the field has been punched up cleanly and we're just waiting until this end of the safety car, and that wait is going to end on lap 13. And unfortunately still we aren't heating up our tires into the optimal temperature, although it'll return to it because we are at 88% and we're just seeing if we are about to nail it. But unfortunately we're seeing that the leader is very slow and we're seeing that Oscar has overtaken everybody. Well, not everybody, but 2 drivers before the safety car ended, and unfortunately the BMR driver, the McLaren, is overtaking us and we dropped down to 6th place. And we're seeing that Night Price has gone wide and into turn 3 he's dropped down to 4th place, and well, we're just maintaining that position. I don't know, maybe we can overtake some drivers in this lap, maybe, but we're seeing that there's a 4-way fight for the podium, and we're seeing that the BMR driver almost pushed me wide, and well, I almost forgot what I was going to say. But into turn 7 we're seeing that Mark has been retired from the race, and Carlon as well, and the virtual safety car has been deployed, and now the 4th safety car has been deployed. You cannot do this to me. This race now is a joke. This race is now a joke. And the BMR driver made contact with Night Price and made the Alfa Romeo spin, and we're up into 5th place, and despite that we're going to stay out, and this race is now a joke. 4 safety cars, 4 safety cars, and I think we have reached the limit of the amount of safety car we have in the race, in a 50% race distance. 4 safety cars, and we aren't even in the second half of the race. That's just ridiculous. These drivers are very dirty, and I cannot believe we have managed to get into those amounts of safety cars and we haven't ended the first half of the race. And meanwhile, another pilot stopped, catch the safety car, and Oscar has dropped all the way to 3rd place. And well, I cannot believe we are in this path. And despite the engineer recommending me a strategy to box 4 mediums in this lap, I decided to just stay out. And we're up into 4th place because someone has pitted, and well, let's just wait until the safety car ends and let's just heat up the tires. Hope there are no more safety cars. Well, there are no more safety cars because I think we have reached the limit of safety cars we have on the 50% race distance. So I think this is going to be the last safety car of the race. So let's wait until the safety car ends. So that wait for the end of the safety car is ending on lap 16. Unfortunately, we aren't heating up the tires too much, and we have to heat up very aggressively in order to get the tires into the optimal temperature, into the optimal conditions, I should mean, because they are at 87 degrees and still aren't in an optimal condition. And we are now on lap 17 and we're seeing that Raptor is about to overtake us into the main straight, and I decided to not keep him fight and instead going wide to defend a little bit the position, but unfortunately he's got too much speed and he's gone into turn 1 very well, and we dropped all the way to 5th position. The only thing we have to do is just maintain our place, and we're seeing that into turn 5 there's now a clean getaway of this safety car. So finally some clean racing. Unfortunately, that clean racing is ending right now because Darking has rear-ended me. Fortunately, he didn't spin me, and in turn 9, we're seeing that I didn't have much speed, and Darking has, and I decided to just defend. Unfortunately, I didn't know which side he was just going to. Yeah, it was too much to say in a small fraction of time, and unfortunately I just dropped all the way down to last place. I overtook the now left Godly, and I'm all the way to 11th place, outside of the points. Darkin didn't know in which side I was going to defend, and he just rear-ended me. And well, if you have seen that spin, it could have ended much worse, because if having not saved, I could end up into the wall and make a debut, resulting in a DNF. I overtook Joshua Hernandez because he spun, I think so, and well, we are now into the points. And meanwhile, we're seeing that Night Price has also made an incident, and well, he's very near from me, and I'm about to overtake him and go up into 9th place. So oh, I'm going to say that we have already reached the limit of amounts of safety cars we have, and I got another warning. And we're seeing that Oscar has got very badly exiting turn 9, and we're up into P9, but not because we overtook Night Price, because we just overtook the now spun Oscar. But hope we can overtake him into the main straight. I think he's got a bad exit, but unfortunately, well, I would not say unfortunately, because that was my decision. It was to not overtake Night Price in this lap. It was because I didn't have DRS, and I just realized it wasn't worth it. Meanwhile, we're still in the 8th position because Sebas has a 3-second time penalty, and he's less than 3 seconds ahead of me. And well, that's the second half of the race. No more safety cars because we already reached the limit. If there wasn't that limit, we would have been in a 5th safety car, maybe on a 6th safety car. I don't know, maybe we will have a red flag, but I don't know. To trigger a red flag, we should have a very big incident, very big compared to those incidents we have that cost 4 safety cars. But we are seeing that we have DRS, so that means that we are planning to overtake Night Price in this lap, entering the main straight, entering lap 20, and DRS is now deploying. ARS is now deployed, and well, I decided to not deploy all of my ARS and instead just the DRS because I decided to not overtake him. But we're seeing that well, he's just braked a little bit in the main straight. That means that it was way easier to overtake him, and we're up into 8th position. And we're seeing that Sebas got another 3-second time penalty, so he has now 6 seconds of penalties accumulated. So and he's just fun, and we're up into 7th place physically. So that might be the race over, because there won't be safety cars, and the gap between the drivers in front of me and myself are very far away. So yeah, the race is now over. But still, let's just finish the race just in case someone spins or retires, so I could get up into few places. Now on lap 20, when I was just driving, we're seeing that the PMR driver has gone into runoff area, exiting the last corner, and we're up into 6th place. Unfortunately, that won't last long because Night Price is about to overtake me. We just made contact, and he just saw that it was just unfair, and he decided to just sit my position, and we're back into 6th place. Sebas has retired from the race, and of course there's no safety car because I've been telling earlier in the race we have reached the max amount of safety cars we are having in this 50% race distance, which is 4. And it was just a joke of a race. And well, meanwhile we're just driving, and let's just speed driving a little bit fast but still limiting the damage. But let's just end this race and hope someone spins and retires from the race so I can get up a place and grab some more points. Ending lap 23, I climbed all the way to 5th position because Hydra has gone into the pits, and unfortunately I'm going to have one less point in this race because Guerrero stole my fastest lap, and well, now I'm going to have 10 points instead of 11. So yeah, unfortunately this debut race we won't have the fastest lap, but still we're just making a little bit of a comeback, and we're seeing that we're approaching boys, because laps ago we were more than 5 seconds behind him, and now we are less than 4 seconds behind him. So this means that we can overtake him, and if someone ahead of me spins harder than Boyd and myself, we can go up into the podium position. And we're seeing that Gottlieb has retired from the race, so that means that it is a double retirement for Mercedes. So yeah, it was a disastrous race for Mercedes, and we are still in 1st place. And ending lap 24, we're seeing that Boyd is now less than, well, just 3 seconds ahead of me, and unfortunately Gottlieb blocked me, and that made me run wide. I was just a little bit scared because I just left the track, and I was just praying a little bit that I didn't have a 3-second time penalty, because that would be my 3rd warning, and if you get a 3rd warning, that'll be a 3-second time penalty. So we're seeing that Darking has spun, and we're up into P4, so that means that we can have chances to get into the podium position, and we might end up in the podium for our debut race. But unfortunately the gap between Boyd and myself has gone up into 4 seconds, and we're seeing that Darking has just rage quitted after he spun. He just retired and left the session. So what I call him is a rage quit. So yeah, don't rage quit, guys, because if you spin you might still be in the points. So every point matters in the championship, so don't rage quit and just finish the race and hope you get into the points, just in case you spawn all the way outside of the points. But well, meanwhile it is 8 laps to go, and we are in 4th place, and the gap between Boyd and myself is 3.2 seconds. We're seeing that the BMR driver, I think, has retired from the race, but he was a lap driver, so well, he wasn't a lap driver, but I was about to lap him, but well, that didn't matter because he wasn't in front of me. So we're still going to fight for Boyd all the way for the podium. So hope this fight is going to be alive, because it is going to be an interesting fight. I'm approaching him, and this might be the last fight for the race. And now Boyd and myself are now 2.2 seconds and heading to the last corners. Unfortunately, the fight for 3rd place has died because I touched a bump that I didn't know it existed, and that made me go into runoff area, and unfortunately that made me a massive time loss, and the gap has now turned from a 2-second gap all the way to almost a 6-second gap. And yeah, that's just pretty unfortunate that the fight for 3rd place has ended in a terrible way before even starting it. And yeah, unfortunately that's the place we're going to finish, because 5 laps to go, and the gap between Boyd and myself is more than 5 seconds. So that's just going to be a miracle for me to finish third place, unless that voice spins or retires from the race. But other than that, that's not going to happen, and well, that's the place we are going to finish in the race, as we are crossing the line to finish P4 for our debut race. Not a result I wanted to have, because I was expecting to have a podium, maybe a race win, but well, it was a joke of a race, and yeah, I wish that the drivers were more cleaner in this race. But well, let's just hope that these drivers are cleaner in the next race. Unfortunately, I won't participate in that next race because I'll be outside my house and I'll be on my trip. That, yeah, unfortunately, it wasn't my plan, but yeah, I have to go outside my house. But meanwhile, let's just head into the race results. So these are the race results. Guerrero wins the race ahead of Raptor, who finished second, and it was a 1-2. They maintained their place. They started in qualified, and Boys finished third place, starting from sixth place. I finished fourth, dropped from third, and Jair, who started from ninth place, finished fifth position, ahead of Night Price. Joshua Hernandez finished seventh with a 5-second time penalty, and Oscar finished 8th and last place, a lap down, and he also set the fastest lap, and the other drivers didn't classify because they DNF'd and didn't complete 90% of the race. So, well, see ya in 2 weeks, so have a nice day, goodbye.